Welcome to our presentation, SWOT for the Soul, Unlocking Student Potential Through Strategic Insight. Research from Carnegie Mellon University's Eberly Center confirms that the value of getting to know your students increases participation, motivation for the class, and positive perception of the instructor. Harrington of the University of Michigan said that some of the most important things about teaching are knowing individual students and the potential we have for making a difference in their lives. Rachel Kessler's book, The Soul of Education, says students of all ages come to school with their souls alive and seeking connection. We need to listen with great care to the messages between words and then connect with the yearning, wonder, wisdom, fear, and sometimes confusion that impact the curriculum. Knowing your students and their needs and concerns via a SWOT analysis can afford instructors the opportunity to connect students to assistive resources at the beginning of their education journey. I am Dr. Connie Lauer, a full-time faculty member of the University of Arizona Global Campus team, which was responsible for Gen 101, developing skills and strategies for success, the first course students take when they enroll at UAGC.
And I am Dr. Teresa Leary-Handy, the program chair for the Gen 101 course that Connie just mentioned, and assistant professor at the University of Arizona Global Campus.
A student recently shared in one of our Gen 101 classes, as I reflect on this course, a few things stick out to me, but the one that stands out the most is the SWOT analysis. I learned things about myself that I wasn't aware of before. This presentation will describe the impact of incorporating a SWOT analysis at the beginning of the online entry point course for students at the University of Arizona Global Campus. By implementing a SWOT analysis at the start of this entry-level course, we gain unprecedented insight into our students' voices and experiences. This powerful tool reveals how individual characteristics impact student success, offering a unique window into students' challenges and strengths as they begin their college journey. Teresa, will you explain what we will explore in this presentation?
Yes, during our time together today, we will explore the following about SWOTs, which stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We're going to explore what a SWOT analysis is, what the quadrants of the SWOT, what they are, how students conduct a student self-assessment through completion of a SWOT, examples of student-created SWOTs, real student examples, and how to match student needs with support resources. One of the challenges in online teaching is the idea of, can we truly care about students we've never met face-to-face? Students we can't see, hear, or look at in the eye. Well, the answer is emphatically yes. Not only can we care, but we must care. And why? Because building these connections is essential for student motivation and perseverance. Dr. Lauer, can you tell us a bit about the culture of care at UAGC?
At UAGC, the culture of care isn't just a slogan, it's the foundation of everything we do, from enrollment through graduation. It's an attitude and practices that focus on students at the center. Today, we'll show you how incorporating a week one SWOT analysis helps us identify and support students, making our culture of care tangible and actionable from day one. So let's discuss a SWOT analysis. Many of you attending this presentation are probably aware of the traditional SWOT matrix that includes strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Many businesses and corporations utilize a SWOT analysis to determine the factors involved in making business decisions. While SWOT analyses have their roots in business strategy, its application in education has shown results in supporting student success. James Jordan in One Education, How to Conduct a SWOT Analysis for Students, states that a personal SWOT analysis is an effective process for understanding oneself and formulating proactive strategies to capitalize on strengths and opportunities and reduce weaknesses and threats. Doing this will better prepare students for the development of a career and for pursuing a goal. A SWOT analysis can be a powerful self-reflection and strategic planning tool for students in higher education. The primary benefits of preparing a SWOT for students are self-awareness development, which includes encouragement of metacognition and realistic self-assessment, academic planning, which is the alignment of strengths with academic goals, personal growth, recognizing opportunities and potential threats. The benefits for educators include student understanding. Instructors gain insight into students' self-perceptions and better understand individual needs. Resource allocation. Instructors can target support services and create intervention strategies. And relationship building. Dialogue can be opened, trust built, and opportunities created for meaningful mentoring. As we take you through the 4 SWOT quadrants with this presentation, consider your personal traits that you might record in a SWOT analysis. Teresa, what do we need to know about the strengths quadrant?
Thanks, Connie. So let's talk about strengths, which are your distinctive capabilities and exceptional qualities. Strengths are areas where you excel beyond the ordinary. These strengths are personal assets that set you apart both professionally and personally. So how do we help students identify their strengths? I mean, it's hard enough for most adults to dive into this type of self-evaluation. So what we do is we pose questions to them to help them consider their strengths. And here are some of those questions. What skills or certifications or talents do you have that others don't have? How would you define your best traits? Which achievements are you most proud of? And what have others described as your strengths? Another thing we do is ask students to focus on consistent patterns of behavior and long-term achievements rather than those temporary feelings or recent events, because strengths reflect established tendencies, not momentary circumstances.
So let's move to the weakness quadrant.
So now let's discuss weaknesses, which we define as opportunities for growth and development, not necessarily permanent limitations. By helping our students identify these areas, we create pathways for them to have meaningful improvement. We invite our students to be open and honest with themselves because weaknesses can only be addressed once they are identified and acknowledged. And here are some of the questions we ask students to reflect on. What tasks do you usually avoid because you don't feel confident doing them? What do people around you say are your weaknesses? Are you completely confident in your education and skills training? If not, where are you weakest? What are your negative work habits? For example, are you often late? Are you disorganized? Finally, do you have a short temper or are you poor at handling stress? So now Dr. Lauer is going to take us to the next part of the SWOT.
Moving on to opportunities. Opportunities are doorways to growth, both personal and professional. They represent potential paths forward that align with your goals and aspirations. The questions students are asked to reflect upon for opportunity recognition are: what new technology can help you, or can you get help from others or from people via the internet? Is your industry growing? If so, how can you take advantage of the current market? Do you have a support network of strategic contacts to help you or offer good advice? What trends do you see in your organization or field, and how can you take advantage of them? Are any of your competitors or colleagues failing to do something important? If so, how could you help? Is there a need in your company or industry that no one is filling? What personal opportunities might present themselves? How could your life then change for the better? We ask students to begin thinking about how they can transform opportunity awareness into concrete goals and action plans.
Now let's move to threats. I will tell you that this can help. This can bring up some sensitive topics, so be aware. Threats are challenges that could impact a person's success and well-being. Threats can include personal and academic challenges, your personal environment, and how those challenges might affect goals. Understanding threats enables proactive planning and strategic responses. Proactive strategies help students learn how to identify early warning signs, thus building resilience and transforming those threats into opportunities. Here are some of the questions that we use to help guide our students through identifying their threats. What obstacles do you currently face at work, at home, or at school? Are any of your colleagues competing with you for projects or roles? Is your job or the demand for the things that you do changing? And finally, does changing technology threaten your position? Now that we understand how we lead students through the SWOT, let's talk about why we do it.
What is our why for asking students to conduct a SWOT analysis? Jordan, in How to Conduct a SWOT Analysis for Students, lists the benefits of a SWOT, but also for anyone who wishes to reflect using this process. Increase self-awareness. By identifying strengths and weaknesses, students can become more self-aware and understand where they excel and where they need to improve. Better decision-making. A thorough SWOT analysis can assist students in making more informed decisions by considering all the factors that may impact their goals. Goal setting. By prioritizing and setting realistic goals, students can have a clear direction to work towards and track their progress. Planning for success. The strategies developed through a SWOT analysis can help students effectively plan and take action towards achieving their goals. Adapting to change. Regularly reviewing and adjusting the SWOT analysis can help students adapt to changing circumstances and make necessary changes to stay on track towards their goals. Identifying opportunities for growth. The analysis of opportunities and threats can help students identify areas for potential growth and development. Self-motivation. Conducting a SWOT analysis can motivate students by highlighting their strengths and giving them a sense of control over their weaknesses. Improve time management. By identifying potential obstacles and developing strategies to overcome them, students can better manage their time and prioritize tasks. And preparation for future challenges. SWOT analysis helps students develop critical thinking skills and prepares them to face future challenges with confidence. Which of these benefits do you believe might have the most significant impact on student success? Completing a SWOT is a valuable tool for personal and professional growth and development that can benefit students in all aspects of their lives.
The SWOT analysis is a powerful bridge between instructors and students at the crucial entry point of their educational journey. Through students' honest self-reflection, we gain invaluable insights that help us know them. Instructors provide feedback using our culture of care principles to build confidence and motivation for the long haul of an online college education. Those principles are communicate, engaging with students based on their unique needs and perspectives, advocate, identify and champion specific support services for individual challenges, respect, honor each student's personal journey and circumstances, empower, build on identified strengths while supporting growth areas, and student-centered, tailoring our approach to each learner's specific situation. By understanding each student's personal strengths and building on them, we can identify areas needing additional support. We can identify the challenges they face and where the opportunities are for growth. It allows us to develop individualized strategies that foster confidence, motivation, and long-term success in online education.
Before we show you actual student SWOT examples and the stories they tell, let's look at a moment at the connection between personal characteristics students often relate and student success. Colleen Flaherty wrote in Inside Higher Ed in May of 2023 that a student voice survey reported students saying their wellness was getting in the way of their academic success. The survey, conducted in April and early May of 2023, asked 3,000 college students at 158 institutions questions about their experiences with stress, mental health, and physical wellness. Key findings from the survey reported 75% of students report health and wellness significantly impacts their academic performance. 25% with mental health conditions experience major academic challenges. 57% experiencing chronic stress report academic interference, and 72% of students prioritize stress reduction as a top goal. Student wellness priorities in order of importance were stress reduction, healthier diet, better sleep patterns, and increased exercise. Ashley Jordan, in Supporting Student Well-Being in Virtual Learning, noted that online learning challenges are social isolation, rising mental health issues, full-time employment, family responsibilities, and caregiving duties. We have found that all of these concerns are expressed in the SWOT analyses our students prepare. The SWOT analysis prepared by our students on the second day of class proved to be an activity they appreciated, enjoyed, and felt motivated to complete. Students consistently report the SWOT analysis as a transformative experience. As one student noted, completing the SWOT analysis was a positive experience, eye-opening, and will serve as a guide for future development. Self-assessments are important to complete so that we can track our progress and changes. The SWOT analysis also proved to be an early warning system of potential challenges students might face. The premise that we want to make is that a student SWOT analysis can be enlightening for instructors and point to concerns for student instruction and assistance in an online classroom. By analyzing student SWOT responses, instructors can identify academic concerns such as performance anxiety, participation patterns, and assignment completion, personal challenges, mental health indicators, time management issues, and financial stressors, and support needs for social integration, emotional resilience, physical wellness, and occupational concerns. Early identification through SWOT enables instructors to understand student behavior patterns, implement timely interventions, provide targeted resources, and support sustainable student success. When instructors through the SWOT are aware of student concerns, they can create a safety net that catches students before they fall too far behind. And students' traits listed on a SWOT may anticipate behaviors such as declining attendance, missed assignments, or decreased engagement.
Let's examine two actual SWOT analyses that demonstrate insights about the student's well-being. These original examples demonstrate how the SWOT can identify wellness concerns before they become barriers to success. Let's look at this first SWOT. When you look at it, do you see any early warning signs? Well, you can identify the student does not feel confident starting new things and that they are lacking confidence and they don't like to ask for help. So those are some early warning signs, places where you can intervene. Next, do you see any potential intervention points? Yes, there are opportunities to share resources, and also you can help identify when they may want to ask for help for different assignments. Next, what wellness indicators do you notice? Well, intellectually, they are a lifelong learner, and occupationally, they are seeking a new job. Finally, what support opportunities can you identify? Well, the Writing Center can help to build confidence with writing. You may want to recommend Toastmasters to help with public speaking. And for emotional help with procrastination and not asking for help, you may want to refer them to the counseling office.
Here's another example of an actual SWOT. The potential warning signs we see here are lack of confidence in communicating well, the need to choose words carefully, and also remember points to talk about in the communication, a potential financial situation, and perhaps some mental challenges. The intervention points could include anticipating that writing discussion responses could be a challenge or recording responses if required. Financial worries may impact timeliness, and mental health issues could affect perseverance. So what support opportunities could we provide? Writing Center assistance could be offered to review responses before posting. Connection with the financial department could be made for a one-on-one talk about concerns. And referral to access and mental wellness for discussion with a counselor and perhaps affording the student accommodations could be made.
In this particular course, a strategic discussion form follows the completion of the SWOT analysis and guides students through a critical self-reflection. Students engage in dialogue with their peers and the instructor. Students provide encouragement and support, while the instructor can pinpoint areas for the student and direct them to resources that can help them be successful. The prompts they are directed to answer are: 1, how has the SWOT analysis shifted or confirmed your understanding of yourself? 2, explain any surprises you experienced as you completed the SWOT analysis. 3, choose one weakness and how can you transform that into a strength? And finally, select one threat and how might you reframe that into an opportunity? we have found that this opportunity for engagement allows the instructors to offer assistance that gives students a boost in that first week of their class. It allows instructors to address their concerns and answer their questions, while also providing resources where and when it will make a difference, and it helps to build the confidence that they need at the beginning of their education journey.
The actionable component of our strategy is acknowledging the issues and concerns students express and offering resources at the point of need. UAGC has developed a myriad of resources to share with students and has established departments staffed by expert support teams specialized in addressing specific challenges. Immediate response resources are our Red Folder Project for students in emergency distress, the Think Tank, which is a centralized area for academic support services such as tutoring, the Writing Center, library, and other online services, and the Student Advocate Helpline, which works with students in addressing impacts of personal hardships. Other immediate support systems include their advisors and instructors who exercise our culture of care practices at all points in student contact. Long-term success tools include the Student Support Center, which is a one-stop shop for all areas of the UAGC experience, including support and resources in school life balance. The Office of Student Access and Wellness, which provides support to students with documented disabilities and general wellness and advocacy to foster student success. And Career Services, which provides a range of personalized and self-directed resources to support students with their career goals. Our goal is to give our students wraparound support, from on-demand mental health counseling to basic needs assistance and success coaching. So thank you for attending our presentation. If you would like to know more about our course, Gen 101, please get in touch with either one of us and enjoy all of the 2025 Teaching and Learning Conference.